Christianity, and I read about it a little bit, and I read about Jews. And
I'm not introducing you to Christianity, my friend.
I know, but
I'm not telling you to be a Christian.
Habibi,
I'm telling you that it's the wrong God.
I mean that knowing Islam is like you're being tied with a rope around the house that's letting you able to go and surf around and be having a track back again to the same place. Back home.
Look, the point is this. I've read the Quran, mostly. And it's a book, okay? I've read many books. So
it's not a book. It's not a book. It's not even very good.
It is a book.
Habibi, do you know in Arabic, there are three in languages. Arabic language is into three main phases. Before the Quran was shi'r, ونثر, like poetry and normal phrases and paragraphs. After Quran came, became like a third tree.
Okay,
a different language. It's a book, but
it's a book.
Hassan, look, the point is this. It is a book, okay? So the point is when you read the book, look, I read a book. When I read Harry Potter and it said Voldemort exists and he's coming to kill Harry, I didn't believe that Voldemort was really real. I just understand that the person who wrote the book is making a claim as part of the story. So when you read the Quran and it says God exists, why the fuck do you believe that that's actually true as opposed to just the author thought that? The person who wrote the Quran, or the people who wrote the Quran, of course they thought God existed. They were convinced of it probably. But that doesn't mean it's automatically true.
Why so much?
That's why I put the Quran to the question. That's why I put the Quran to the question. I put everything to the question.
Good.
We put 381 to the question. What's your version? What's your perception on Quran 381?
And you have to understand, some of the answers, I believe in it.
He started defending 381 as if it was Muhammad. That was the big problem. Because once you say 381 is Muhammad, then you're contradicting the whole book. Once you say, it doesn't even mention his name. It can't be him. Because if it's him, then the whole religion itself collapses right on itself. Because he doesn't represent what the previous scriptures say. You say they're corrupted. He's not giving the same revelation that the other does. You cannot call Allah a father. It is not the same message, my friend. That verse right there has to be.
I'll tell you something. In Islam, we have some kind of culture, and we have some kind of people that can follow al-Sunnah, like what's the Prophet Muhammad's actions.
Come on, bro.
No,
Just listen. This is a book that they hand out to everybody. They hand this book out in the street. We've all read it. Everyone in this room has read the book. I don't need to speak Arabic to understand the book. You don't?
No, you have to.
Understand the book?
No, you have to.
I'm telling you, we have the technology.
You have to learn it.
I'm telling you, we have the technology that gives us the means so that I could translate it word by word. Even giving the grammatical explanations.
Take it from someone, even as an Arabic speaker.
Even your God, is limited. Then he's limited. He's only limited to one language. It's a bullshit.
Listen how fucking deep it is. The Quran, how deep is it? I am an Arabic speaker. I'm Egyptian. I speak Arabic, my mother language. Even in Quran, in some phrases, till now,
you don't speak the Quran.
That's very true.
You don't speak the Arabic in the Quran, bro.
Brother,
I mean, that is true. It is very deep. I mean, very deep. I mean, the night of the jinn and all that. You get me?
So there is a lot of things in Arabic language that me, as an Arabic speaker, I don't understand, because the root of the word can go into different meanings. I have to search it, and if I search it, believe it or not, some of
this is what I'm trying to tell you. Speaking it means nothing.
But listen to me. Let me finish my point. When I interpreted, and when I'm judge of my own self, a lot of things from the old people that Sahaba, like Bukhari, like Sunnah, like Muslim, all these people that having scholars' books that's explaining the Quran, made me feel like I don't want to believe in them because their own meaning of the root of the word was taken wrongfully. The root of the meaning of the word can be changing the meaning of the whole sentence and what God's want to try to give you from this kind of verse.
So you know that there in the Quran there is also some places where it doesn't respect the Arabic grammar. You know that there are passages in the Quran where there are grammatical mistakes. You know that. And you know also that there are many words that are not Arabic that Arab people just assume the meaning, like Kawthar. It's not an Arabic word. Ahad. All the evidence suggests that it was poorly translated in Arabic and that Muhammad probably didn't even speak the Arabic that you know now, or even the Arabic that is in the Quran now.
But ayah.
It was mistranslated. I'll give you an example.
There's no mistake in Quran. There's no mistakes.
Let me finish. This is the
There is no grammatical mistake.
Sorry, there are. Just learn about it. There are no.
I'll tell you something. It's simply like this. Simply like that. You cannot put the rule of the grammar of the language when it's coming to make a new brand.
That's what you don't understand.
It breaks
Arabic. But anyways, I will bring you some example. But it's many Arabic speakers and Muslims know that there are some odd things like the ending of words that doesn't match the grammatical rules of Arabic. And this is true. But
the Quran, the only thing that you can read it and you know that this is Quran when you read Quran. The Quran cannot be as a normal grammars of the nusus or different branches of the Arabic language. The Quran is a branch by itself. So how you can tell me that
the original book was in Hijazi language, which is different to the Arabic you read today.
That's true as well, but at the end of the day, in Uthman period when Khilafah, when he was taking over Uthman, okay, they burned all the other versions of the Quran because the Quran was
it's not just that they didn't just burn them. I mean, even the fucking goat ate some as well, bro. Like, come on.
Just to unify them from entering into this kind of dilemma of having different versions. Maybe this is part of the plan of God's plan to protect the Quran from being like virgins, virginized, different versions and stuff like that. This is part of the plan. So now what we have in this 2026 is the one unified version. And that's what we need to talk about. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That at the end of the day, the Quran is a book. It's not just about the grammar, because when the Quran came, Arab people in their Arabic language was on top notch that period, and Muhammad was just literature. He doesn't know how to speak or write. He doesn't know how to write or read. So he came with Quran. That was the miracle. And so it was like, what the fuck? It's like you're coming with something that's strange, but it does have meaning.
No, we know now that Muhammad wasn't illiterate. He wasn't illiterate. He was in business. He knew how to read and how to write and how to recite. But also we know that ummi, the adjective used to translate it to illiterate, just means coming from a people who didn't have a revelation before. So that's all that it meant, that he's not from a kind of people. He was an Arab, so he wasn't part of the people who like Jews and Christians who had revelations before him. So that's all it means. He was lit.
Well, how do you prove that? When all the information around him, the history, that he was known.
I'm not here to do your homework. You can go and research. I was about to post the grammatical mistakes in the Quran in the chat, so to give me a second because I have to illustrate my first point. Be right back.
No problem. It's just funny when
Still defending this shit, man. That's the problem.
No, I'm not defending, you know, but I know, but
It's the
the
pride. Listen, I understand. You know what you gotta tell me? You know what you should do? You know what you should tell me? Say that. Whether it's right or wrong, whether if it contradicts itself, I'm still gonna believe it. And you know what? I respect you.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
You're saying you're still gonna believe in it?
It's hard to destroy, or not destroy, hard to
Let it go.
to let a belief go for a human, because this is something that's connecting you to your own being. It's not an easy thing.
Not easy, yeah?
It's not an easy thing.
No, it's not about pointing out the
And I'll tell
contradiction.
you something, as I'm telling you, it's not an easy thing.
It's not about pointing out contradictions. It's about how many people. How many people have to die?
But I'll tell you something. I can put
I'm asking
myself.
you, bro. I'm asking you. How many more people have to die?
All of them. No, I'm sorry, but I'm not the one to blame. The religion.
You never are.
The religion is not. The religion is
Blame
not
the Jews.
the thing to blame. So I'm a religious. I'm a religious. I'm not killing anyone. So what's the problem?
Can I ask one question?
The belief
Why
kills
you-
people, man.
No, man. I'm telling you, I am like that. I'm not killing some. So where is the problem? If you have some Christian who have a belief that other Muslims have to be killed, and he went to the mosque and he killed them with this old machine gun. So what do I have to do with them? I'm not blaming you.
All right, check this out. This is an analogy that I'm going to use. This is the position we're in. Let's say you cook the meal, and the recipe called for meat, some seasoning, maybe some type of vegetables in it. Then you get done cooking it, and then you look at the package date for the meat, and you realize it's expired by a few days. Are you going to eat the meal that you made, that you worked hard to cook? And take that for
We'll throw it out.
Or are you going to take the chance?
To eat or not to eat. I'm going to risk it. For the ransom. So you're giving a comparison for that with the religion?
Just saying, not just your religion, not just one religion, all religions. And that aspect.
You know what I mean? You're just comparing a basic instinct of a human need, like eating and fucking and drinking, with a belief of why his existence, his reason of his own existence.
Well, the eating is the conclusion, but the preparation and the time
No, man. You can do better. You can do better.
But the investment of time in a religion and investment of time in cooking.
The difference between cooking and living, the difference between shitting of bad food, expired food, and just dying and not knowing what's going to be next after living in this strange life that you're supposed to be living it, using your own brains to analyze what the fuck around happening, and if there's any kind of meaning to that kind of thing that's happening. And what about my own life being like a human species living in his 20s, his 30s, his 40s, his 50s, and what I'm learning from this life? You know what? There is a very famous book for an atheist, a very famous atheist. The book called There Is a God. I don't know if anyone heard about it. It's one second, I'll tell you the name. But this was a very notorious atheist who, by his 60s and 70s, he changed his point of view, and he's just changed, and he wrote a book, There Is a God. And I'll tell you his name. So at the end of the day, you can believe in God, you can believe in God or you don't believe in God. You can have a faith, you don't have a faith. At the end of the day, I believe that this is something as a gift, and I'm lucky. You guys enjoyed it. If you're happy like this way, believing that there is no God and I'm just being a fool who's believing a book that's stupid and nothing, just nothing. Okay.
No, we're not saying you're a fool.
At least I have a book in my hand. What do you have in your hand?
You're gonna burn in the eternal fire.
No. There isn't fucking fire. I don't believe in that's gonna be a fucking oven barbecue night. I believe fire is in hell. As in hell can be given you as a part of taste of it in life, because that's your soul. Because our souls is just an extension to our spirits here in life. It's just a proof of God's gonna show you. See, I told you, you're a fucking bad soul. You're gonna go to hell. But I just wanted to prove it to you. I just wanted to prove it to you in earth.
Are you listening? You said stop talking. I tell you what the Bible says. The Bible says you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to burn in hell.
The same thing. But I believe in Jesus. I'm Muslim. I believe in Jesus, so I'm okay.
Do you believe in Isa ben Miriam, or do you believe in Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior?
No. I don't care. No, I'm sorry. I believe in Jesus. That's it. That's what God needs. Do you know what God needs? Which kind of way of belief? I believe in Jesus. That's it. Next. That's it. Next. You're not becoming an advocate out of Egypt, of God's advocate telling me I have to believe in Jesus in a certain way. I believe in Jesus. Yes, I believe in Jesus and I love him and I believe he's one of God's favorite prophets.
Great, but his name is Jesus. Respect.
Okay, the name is also, I don't mind. It's just a cultural changing of words and languages. Isa, Yeshua, Moses, Messiah,
Jehovah, Jesus.
It's okay, fine. It's just the character is there in my own belief. That's all my brothers, Christians, are believing in. So you are guys, you are my brothers, and we have in common a lot of things more than we share differences. And I am the end of the story with the Prophet came with Muhammad, with the salvation of a book that's giving a lot of meanings that you guys, I'm sorry to say, but, and I'm even myself, I'm still learning from the Quran itself, but I can imagine without learning Arabic, you're very far from the truth. So enjoy living in your own belief, but believe in it in a good way.
And how can you describe the greatness of the Quran in a different language?
Because I don't believe that Quran told me that only people will go to heaven is the Muslims. That's bullshit as well.
What about the Hadith?
And the word Muslim can be interpreted as a Muslim's religious people or Muslim as a Musallam as a root. The people who Sallam. Sallam means who raised his hand and believed in something. Like when you go.
That's the original meaning of the word.
That's the original.
Until your caliphate changed the narrative and made it different. Oh my God, this guy.
وأن آمن بمن آمن بالله وكتبه ورسوله بمعنى God would be taking in his heaven all the people who believes in his prophets and his books. Okay, and Judgment Day, واليوم الآخر, and then there's a Judgment Day. If you believe in those three things, you're going to heaven. You're doing good things.
He's just rambling and preaching.
I'm not rambling. I'm not just the truth. Guys, that's the
anywhere at the same time.
No,
that's the truth, man. It's binding us all together.
Is that what it means in Arabic?
That's what's mean in Arabic.
Interesting. You said we can't understand the Quran if we don't read it in Arabic, but now you're telling this in
It's going to be much
English.
better, 100%. It's going to be much better because I'm telling you, as an Arabic speaker, even me myself, I have to go and search a lot of roots of some words to interpret it more deeper than the.
Yeah, so Allah threw us in the night, and it's like you have to escape a room that's on fire, but the instructions are in Chinese. Good, thank you.
But why degrade the Quran in English?
No, it's not in Chinese, but.
In an unknown language that we have to study for years and years.
Well,
and years
touching
like that.
God.
Hussein, I'm an Arabic speaker, I'm an ex-Muslim. I know you're bullshitting people, okay?
I'm not
Stop playing
bullshitting.
that role of that good Muslim that just take the Quran. If you agree with the Quran,
No, I'll tell you
you
something.
agree with hell and heaven as it is described. You agree with wife beating. You agree with marrying prepubescent girls. You agree with love. You agree with love shit actually. So stop playing this Western-friendly Muslim that you're not. You're
No,
if you're an Arabic
I wasn't
speaker.
saying that.
You know that you're lying about your right now.
I never said I was a perfect Muslim. What the fuck?
From
I
that.
just said.
Of course you
No, I was living in Dubai. I was fucking Aussie. I was.
You're just a bad Muslim, but as long as you didn't leave the religion, you're not an apostate. So you didn't explore atheism or anything.
I'm not coming here to be a role
You were
model.
a bad Muslim, that's all you were.
I'm not coming here.
Drink and have sex before marriage. So that doesn't make you special, okay? We know all of that is going on in every Muslim country, every neighborhood. We know that. Especially for men, they're experimenting. They're allowed to do that. Sorry, I got triggered because this is like...
You sound like triggered.
Too much bullshit, too much ignorance. You made up your religion, and you think that we're not gonna notice that you're lying about the religion of Islam?
Well, I didn't make up a religion. I'm just talking about my own belief. That's it.
Yeah,
It's my own
exactly.
story.
You're just making up your own religion.
And I'm sorry,
Husseinism is a new sect of Islam that is just like made up. Okay, thank you, Husseinism. But don't speak about Islam then.
He's telling us we can't understand the Quran without reading Arabic, and then he's telling us about the Quran in
I'm
English.
telling you that this is my opinion. That's my opinion.
Well, how do you know that if you said that it's supposed to be read in Arabic?
Because I've read some translations in English. I've seen it in English. And the English language is also good, and it have wide variety, but the
You didn't grow up as an English speaker. You don't know the nuances and the complexities of the expression in English. So that goes all the way also in that sense.
I know.
When you read the Bible in another language than Arabic, then you cannot really understand it. What about the Bible in Arabic? Is it a true translation? Did you ask people who read it in Latin or I don't know Greek or a more authentic language? It's just the same. When you just said, I believe in the Bible, then maybe you had a poor translation. Do you think that Arabic is so special? Do you think that you guys have the epitome of the richest language? It's not. It's not that rich, Arabic. It's very simple. It's very simple. It doesn't have that many words.
in the idea of the Bible.
You're just speaking from a place of arrogance, of thinking that is so elitist. And that puts you in a position of ignorance, because when you see a sheikh and an imam, they can tell you anything, because you always assume that you cannot understand Arabic perfectly. You always assume that you're dumb, and you let those people lead you like you are a fucking donkey. I'm so out of my mind when I hear that speech.
I don't go for sheikh and
That means
imam.
that you don't even know
I don't
about
need-
other languages. Every language has a special system, nuances, cultural complexities that you cannot grasp as a foreigner. If I start to speak to you in French, you will not understand everything, even if you studied French for 10 years, because you don't have the culture, you don't have the reference. So I think everything is possible to translate, okay? The meaning is international.
That's it, you finished? I'm full of
My
shit.
God, you've been
I'm
talking
full of
for
shit.
hours and you're complaining because
I'm full of
I just
shit.
did a monologue for you?
Alright, listen up. Right?
Me, you want to say is I'm full of shit.
Alright, dude, listen up. I have never ever in my life for anyone who thinks like you. So the Bible categorically says, if you don't believe Jesus is God, you go to hell. And the Quran says the exact opposite. If you believe Jesus is God, you're going to hell. And you're saying, no, both of them are wrong. Everybody goes to hell.
Exactly, because a lot of people think that.
Say that. Where does it
Why can't it be? Why can't it be?
Where it says
Why is not possible? Why is not possible? Why can't you see that God is merciful?
I'm talking about what it says in
this level of merciness.
I'm telling you what it says in the book.
Well, I'm telling you the interpretation is what you're telling me is wrong.
I'm telling you what it says in the book.
I'm telling you what's in the Quran, what you've been given as interpretation that says that the Quran is wrong. That is not wrong. The interpretation is wrong. Do you understand the difference?
I don't know how you managed to interpret the Quran to say that.
Well, that's the thing. I have my own brain. I'm using it. And Quran told me. أفلا يعقلون أفلا يتدبرون. The Quran is ordering me to use my own mind, to search it, to listen to different interpretation, and to look at God merciness. If you're gonna put God merciness into the scale, you want to put it into a scale of a fucking religion interpretation that can say only a bunch of people can go to heaven, and another bunch of people believing in a different book can go another heaven. Which kind of God we're talking about?
Right, who goes to hell?
The fuck is bullshit you're talking about, guys?
Who goes to hell?
Well, you know what? This is what the Quran told me. This is what the Quran told me. And stop telling me.
That's the fucking question.
Tell me.
Who goes to hell?
Whoever is away from al-Surat al-Mustaqim, which is the beginning of the core of the religions. The 10 commandments of what's been given to Moses is the same teachings of Jesus and the same Surat al-Mustaqim that was given to Muhammad to put it in the Quran. And that's the first
observe the Sabbath. Do you observe the Sabbath? If you don't observe the Sabbath, you're not following the 10 Commandments. So it sounds like you abrogated the 10 Commandments. Do you observe the Sabbath? Because that's what it says. The Sabbath, Saturday, you know, like even on your calendar, it says Saturday. Mm-hmm. Do you observe Saturday? You don't, right? You don't.
You don't follow the 10. What's the 10 Commandments?
Why are you asking me the question? Now you're being an atheist. This is what atheists do.
Nobody's challenged. I ain't pretending to know what the 10 Commandments fucking are.
I'm just telling you. I'm gonna tell you. 1 second. Let me just.
You're not telling me anything, dude, because you're wrong.
You're wrong about this one.
You don't follow the Sabbath. You don't follow the Sabbath.
You don't follow the Sabbath.
If you don't follow the
Christians, the Christians don't even follow the 10 Commandments.
I'm the Lord thy God. Shall you have no other gods before me? The second one.
Okay. Well, you
Thou shalt not make unto
partners
thee.
to Allah. Bro, you add partners to Allah. You have to do, when you do the Shahada, you have to say Rasulullah. You're adding partners to Allah already.
Honor thy father and thy mother. Honor thy father and thy mother. This is in verse 51 to 53. 51 to 53. The same.
I know, and it's 57. It's 57.
Okay?
Keep reading.
Thy shall not commit adultery. Thy shall not commit adultery.
What does it say about you doing adultery? Is that simple?
Thy shall not steal. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Look what's going on in Iran. Keep going.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. These are the 10 Commandments, and it is the main.
That's not 10.
Backbone. That's the main backbone of the whole
You missed
religion.
out before. Keep the
Yeah,
Sabbath.
that wasn't 10. That wasn't 10.
That's it.
That wasn't 10. Keep going.
Yeah, you missed out before. Keep the Sabbath.
It's 9. Actually, it's 9.
The main part of the Ten Commandments is the Ten Commandments.
You shall have no other gods. You shall not make graven images. You shall not take.
Yeah, graven images.
Remember the Sabbath.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about the 10, 9, 8, 7. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what we're talking about? You didn't see the common things because these are the same words about the adultery, about the parents, about the
You don't have the adultery one.
the witness. It is mentioned there.
You don't have it.
Just don't bullshit shit. Just, it is there. And it's having in our
Quran 8, the goat ate the one about the adulteress, the adultery, the punishment on adultery. That was made after. Even Sharia. The only Sharia you have in the Quran is about prayer. All the other Sharia that you say you have, your Rasulullah, had nothing to do with it. All he did was establish prayer. That's all he did. That's all he did was establish the prayer. The Sharia law came from the Sahaba. So again, you're just lying.
No. He established the prayer, but the prayer was already taken from how he was seeing it from Abraham. From Abraham.
He didn't know Abraham. He didn't even know Jesus.
There was prayers before Muhammad. Muhammad didn't invent the
How many prayers does it say he did? How many?
There were 3.
3. Thank you. At least you're being honest.
Exactly, and now became 5, and they're the same kind of way of kneeling down. And so, you know what? I'll tell you something. In Quran, he explained a lot of things that explains, like how to do zakah, how to do siyam, to fast, how to do the money for the poor, and how to distribute the inheritance when your parents die, all this stuff. But he never took into consideration to explain in details how is salah, how to pray to him.
What are you talking about? I can give you all the.
Nothing in Quran, nothing. In Quran, it's nothing.
What they have
nothing in details.
Oh, okay.
So which means that the now taking me to some aspect of thinking that then salah, if it's just gonna be some kind of practice of
Does it teach you the tashahhud? Where do you learn the tashahhud? Where do you learn the tashahhud? Is it in the Quran? Where do you learn the tashahhud?
Let me finish something because what I'm gonna say.
Now you want to tell me like I'm a jahil.
The word salah is coming from the origin of it. It's salli. It means to connect something to another thing. So it's the connection to God, how you are connected to God in your own daily life. If you want to give it as a bonus, if you want to give it as a bonus, one second. If you want to give it as a bonus just for your love of the God, you want to pray for him, you can pray. But guess what? After praying, you still have to be connected. You still have to be sold to God.
What about the tashahhud?
Because at the end of the day, if you're not going to be connected to God, you're going to be connected to the devil. Because the devil is going to be, he promised God he will be on your mind till the day of the judgment day. Because he is having a mission to do. So now, we're talking about the 5 minutes or when we're praying and that's it, as a Muslim, that's bullshit. If you're just a Muslim, just praying just for 5 minutes, 5 times, we're talking about like what? Like an hour? Oh wow, you're a perfect Muslim. You're doing all the prayers. But after that, you're going to fucking lie here or go bullshit there or go steal from here and just do some kind of...
Where do you learn the tashahhud?
That's not Islam. That's not connection. That's not salah. Okay?
So when do you do the tashahhud? When do you do the tashahhud? When do you do it?
When did I do my tashahhud? What do you mean?
Yeah. When do you do it? Is it the last prayer of the day? Is it the last prayer of the day? What are you admitting at the last prayer of the day? You're admitting that you have to rely on others, right? You have to rely on other people to give you the understanding, correct? That's what you're praying to. You're praying to who? To the others that know it, right? Not to you that knows it. You're praying to the ones that do know it. So I'm asking you, who taught you that last prayer of the day? Who taught you that? Is it in the Quran? Is it Allah? Who taught you that?
Taught me how I pray.
Last prayer of the day. The first one that you wake up and thank Allah for giving you back your life, and you have another day to live. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the last one of the day. You know, the one that you thank, the one that you say you don't have enough knowledge.
We have some prayers. We have the thanking prayer. We have two.
Yeah,
we can go down kneeling for 2 times. That's just for 2 times, and that's just for thanking. But that's a different thing. But you can thank him in the normal periods of prayers, which is Fajr, Zuhr, Asr, all the periods of the day, like the dawn, the noon, the dusk, the sunset, all these periods, when you go and pray, you can thank him still. But if you want to give him just thankful.
6 months of darkness and 6 months of sunlight. So Muhammad didn't know about that, did he? Because he didn't get it from God.
Well, what do you mean? He got it from somewhere.
Yeah.
He got it from when he went to Israel Mi'raj, when he went up in the skies and he just met God, and it was supposed to be 50 prayers in a day, and then it became 5 prayers in a day. Became the 5 prayers of the day.
That's not what the verse. That's not what 17:1 says. That's not what 17:1 says. That's not what it says. That's not what 17:1 says. 17:1. That's either reading 17:1 or chapter 53, 1 through 12. You're not speaking to us. You're not speaking to someone who doesn't know your book. You don't need to learn the Bible. I know exactly what it says. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Either you are talking about chapter 53 in the Quran, chapter 53, or you're talking about 17:1. I'm not your everyday fucktard.
Well, guess what?
Like you can't speak to me just because I don't speak your whatever you want to call language. I got the Yusuf Ali, I got the Oxford, I got the Sahih International. They give me the clear Quran. I got it in Spanish. I got it in
Guys, I'll tell you something. I'm not the right person to talk about Islam because I'm in the middle of having like ancestors' beliefs and teaching crisis. I'm debating with my own beliefs of the past beliefs and the old teachers and stuff like that, because I believe that the normal people, that's Muslims, that's praying the 5 prayers, there is no any kind of evidence in the Quran, because the Quran is the center of my own belief, okay, right? So there is nothing that shows in Quran that there are 5 prayers. Okay, so I'm not the right person to defend. I'm not the one who defends it's 5, it's 4 because of he went up in the sky.
I'm telling you, in the Quran, you definitely get 3. You could possibly get 4 in the Quran.
Thank you. You're amazing. Exactly. You can definitely get 3, and that's something related to some of the in some verses was mentioned.
Judaism. It's Judaism.
It was mentioned. Yes, correct. But I'm not talking about the normal. A lot of things that's being done and being said on the tongue of the Sahaba and the people who interpreted the Islam from 1,400 years ago. I believe that I have a different brain now that can interpret things much better, and that's giving you an evidence of a fucking 6 years old right now. He can know about the world than any fucking person 1,000 years
It
ago.
makes sense why you're in here all day. You just have 3 prayers instead of 5.
I'm sorry?
No, nothing.
No, I don't pray a lot, to be honest. I have no.
Are you fasting?
I wouldn't pray to that guy at all.
I'll tell you why. I'm not proud of it. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm proud of it. Okay, but I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do as well. But I'm just saying that the connection between you and God is very sacred. That's.
I'm gonna give you some advice. Listen, I'm gonna give you advice. The last thing I'm gonna tell you before I start cutting, because I have to do something at work. I'm just gonna promise you one thing and one thing only, and I guarantee this, right? And I'll tell you not to do it because it's gonna happen. If you, by any chance, right, do me a favor, one night, pray to Allah. Tell him to contact you. Tell him to speak to you. Tell him you want to communicate with him. If he says nothing to you, which is fine.
And I had some.
The next day, try something different. Try reaching out to Jesus. And I guarantee you that if you call out to Jesus, he will speak to you. But I would advise you not to. You know why? Because then you're gonna have it. Your life is gonna change. So if you want things to remain the same, keep crying out for Allah that never answers you. But if for one day you decide to say, you know what, this guy never answers me, but this one day I'm gonna pray to Jesus, and if he answers you, then you know what to do. You already know from there. I would advise you not to do this. I would advise you not to. But I'm just letting you know that if you do, he will answer. That's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to convince you of anything else. That's my best advice to you, bro.
But there's a big difference between if I pray, I will be expecting a response. I'm not waiting from a response from Muhammad or from Jesus, because Jesus, for me, I don't see Jesus as a God, guys. I see Jesus as a Son of God, as a miracle of Mother Mary, Virgin Mary, and that's it. I cannot expect if something good happened to me, oh, it came from Jesus. This is the difference between you and me, and that's in my own DNA of my religion DNA. You have to understand that I'm not seeing a human figure, even if it's a prophet, still is a prophet from God that who's been sent to me. Jesus sent me, Moses sent me, Muhammad sent me, all this list of the good people and the prophets.
What were you doing?
So at the end,
Why are you?
at the end of the day,
So then that's it. You
I'm
contradict.
trying to connect to the Lord.
You
I'm trying to connect to the
one. You don't.
And guess what? Guess what?
Connect
I
to
want
the other scriptures. That's it.
to
You made your choice. You made your bed. I don't feel bad for you. You made your bed.
I'm admiring your knowledge about Quran, and I'm happy that you reached this kind of level and you still didn't find the truth. But at the end of the day, I want you to be happy, be connected.
I only say this. I say this. I don't have to say this too many, but every Muslim I met, I tell this to.
I can feel that.
I know. Listen to me. I'd rather. Give me a second here. I'd rather burn in hell for the rest of my life